Janelle Brown, a prominent figure in Sister Wives, has never shied away from voicing her concerns. Unlike Mary, Janelle identified potential red flags in her financial dealings with Kody and Robyn early on. She was particularly wary of their intentions regarding the family's Kody Pass property and took proactive measures to safeguard her share. As the deadline to settle payments for Kody Pass draws near in the show's timeline, viewers will witness Janelle make a pivotal decision. In a recent teaser, she reveals the moment she realized the necessity of hiring a skilled attorney to secure her financial assets. Sister Wives spoilers: Janelle Brown's growing suspicions. A turning point? Earlier in the season, Janelle expressed doubts about Kody and Robyn's transparency, suspecting that they might be working against her best interests. Despite her efforts to warn Mary about potential foul play, her concerns were largely dismissed. However, Janelle remained resolute in her decision to act. In a preview for the upcoming episode, she confirms her intent to seek legal protection, citing Kody and Robyn's actions as leaving her no alternative. During the clip, Kody remarks, "I'm meeting my real estate agent on Kody Pass." Janelle later reflects in a confessional, "There was an email saying he had been talking to the right people, and Mary and I were like, 'Who are the right people? Who are you talking to?' That was when I knew I had to for sure get a lawyer." Sister Wives spoilers, viewer reactions and speculations. Although the teaser offered limited insight, it sparked significant conversation among Sister Wives fans. Many are eager to uncover the fate of Kody Pass and the substantial investments the family made in the property. In the comments, fans did not hold back their opinions, with many criticizing Kody and Robyn for their perceived dishonesty. The consensus was clear: viewers want Janelle and Mary to receive what they are owed. Facebook users shared their thoughts. "Kody will take them to the cleaners if given a chance. I'm cheering for Janelle and Mary to get what they are owed." Finally, this is what we have been waiting for. Bring it, Janelle. Robyn and Kody are the most unethical, manipulative cheaters. Why TLC continues to keep these two on is ridiculous. He truly disgusts me. The way he has disrespected these women and his children is unreal. As the drama unfolds, fans are encouraged to catch the latest episode of Sister Wives this Sunday night at 10 p.m. Eastern on TLC. Be sure to catch up on everything happening with Sister Wives right now. Come back here often for all Sister Wives spoilers, news, and updates. It was a quiet afternoon when Janelle first realized the weight of the situation she had found herself in. The phone call had been innocent enough at first, a routine conversation with an old friend. But it quickly spiraled into something much more serious, and in that instant, she knew that her next step would require the expertise of a lawyer. Janelle had always prided herself on being able to handle her problems independently. She was resourceful, intelligent, and quick on her feet. Whether it was managing her finances, handling family disputes, or navigating the complexities of her career, she had always found a way to work through the challenges. But on that particular day, everything changed. The conversation began like any other. She had been catching up with Lily, a childhood friend who had recently relocated to a different city. They talked about the usual: work, relationships, and life in general. Then, Lily casually brought up a topic that Janelle hadn't thought about in years: a property dispute that had occurred between Janelle's family and a local developer. It wasn't anything Janelle had been actively involved in, but she had heard rumors and whispers over the years about tensions between her father and the developer. At first, Janelle had dismissed it as a past issue, something that was no longer relevant. Her father had passed away years ago, and she had assumed the matter had been resolved in his absence. But as Lily's words continued, something began to gnaw at Janelle's gut. It wasn't just that the conversation was bringing up old memories. It was the way Lily spoke. There was a hint of concern in her voice that Janelle couldn't ignore. Lily mentioned that there were rumors of legal action being taken against Janelle's family's estate, specifically her late father's property. The developer, who had been trying to acquire the land for years, had recently filed some new paperwork, which, according to Lily, seemed suspiciously aggressive. Janelle's heart raced as she listened, her mind flashing back to all the small signs she had overlooked over the past few months. Strange letters in her mailbox, unsettling phone calls from unfamiliar numbers, and even a visit from someone claiming to be a lawyer for the developer. The more Janelle thought about it, the clearer it became. This wasn't just a rumor, it was a serious legal issue that was about to explode into something much larger. She could no longer afford to ignore it. The moment of clarity hit her like a ton of bricks. She had always been the type to handle things herself, to avoid involving anyone else unless absolutely necessary. But this was different. This was no longer a matter she could navigate on her own, no matter how many research articles she read or how many legal jargon-filled blogs she skimmed. She needed professional help, someone with the knowledge and expertise to protect her interests and her family's legacy. "I think it's time," she whispered to herself, the words barely audible above the pounding of her heart. "I need to hire a lawyer." As soon as she hung up with Lily, Janelle sat in stunned silence. The decision had been made, but the reality of it was still sinking in. She had never imagined that something as mundane as property disputes could escalate into something so complex. In her mind, it was always something that happened to other people, not someone like her. But there was no denying it now. Janelle knew that if she didn't act quickly, she could lose everything: her father's legacy, her family's history, and potentially even her own financial security. She could see the developer's smug face in her mind's eye, envisioning the legal team they likely had at their disposal, ready to bulldoze anyone who stood in their way. The first thing Janelle did was search for lawyers in her area who specialized in property law. She found a few options, but none of them felt quite right. Some were too corporate, others seemed too small to handle the scale of the case. She wanted someone who understood the emotional weight of the situation, but also had the expertise to get things done. Someone who could not only provide legal counsel, but also advocate for her in a way that felt personal, human. After several hours of searching and reviewing, Janelle came across the website of a firm that seemed to check all the boxes. The lead attorney, Amanda Carter, had over 2 decades of experience in real estate law and had handled high-profile cases similar to hers. More importantly, the firm's mission statement focused on working closely with clients to understand their personal stakes and fight for their interests with integrity. Janelle made the call, and after a brief consultation over the phone, she felt a sense of relief wash over her. Amanda's voice was calm and confident, and she immediately offered to set up an in-person meeting. Within days, Janelle was sitting across from Amanda, discussing the details of the property dispute. It was during this meeting that Janelle realized just how serious things had become. Amanda explained the legal processes involved in property acquisition, the complexities of zoning laws, and the intricacies of estate management. She outlined potential strategies, from negotiating a settlement with the developer to fighting the case in court. For the first time since the phone call with Lily, Janelle felt that she was no longer alone in this fight. She wasn't just a woman facing an insurmountable challenge. She was a client with a team of experts working to protect her interests. Over the course of the following weeks, Janelle worked closely with Amanda and her team. They gathered documents, reviewed property records, and devised a strategy to protect her family's land. As the legal process unfolded, Janelle began to see the value of having a lawyer in her corner. Every meeting, every phone call, every document she signed was handled with professionalism and care. Amanda's team was thorough, keeping her informed at every step and offering guidance on how to navigate the emotional aspects of the case. But perhaps the most significant shift for Janelle wasn't just in the way she approached the legal battle, it was in how she approached herself. Hiring a lawyer, something she had initially viewed as a last resort, had empowered her in ways she hadn't expected. She realized that asking for help didn't mean she was weak or incapable. It meant she was wise enough to recognize when she needed assistance, and brave enough to take the necessary steps to protect her future. The case wasn't resolved overnight. There were many twists and turns along the way, but Janelle's decision to hire a lawyer proved to be the turning point. With Amanda's guidance, she was able to secure a favorable settlement, keeping her father's property in the family and ensuring the developer would no longer be able to pursue aggressive tactics. The relief she felt was immense, but what she cherished even more was the lesson she had learned. Sometimes it takes more strength to ask for help than to face a challenge alone. As Janelle reflected on the journey, she couldn't help but smile. The moment she had realized it was time to hire a lawyer had been a pivotal one, not just in the legal sense, but in her own personal growth. She had learned to trust others, to embrace the support of experts when needed, and to approach challenges with a newfound sense of confidence and humility. The experience had changed her, but in the best way possible. She wasn't just a woman with a legal victory under her belt. She was someone who had discovered the power of collaboration, the strength in asking for help, and the importance of protecting what truly mattered. And that, Janelle realized, was the greatest victory of all.